As always, are you ready for down-to-earth reporting and brutal honesty? The Joe Rossano Show is now.
I'm a mover and a shaker, and I'm everything you're not. I'm the winner, you're the loser, and I'll take you for all you got.
It's amazing what you can accomplish if you don't care who gets the credit. Harry S. Truman. I will use my little corner of the world to again, my dear friends and fellow Americans, attempt to try to unify this nation, because that is what we need. We need to be friends again. Now, let me say this. Undoubtedly, folks on the left and the folks who supported Secretary Clinton, should she had prevailed in the election on November 8th, they would have no doubt, they would have gone on Facebook and gloated. Aha, I love it. Your candidate lost. That racist lost. That misogynist pig lost. That chauvinist lost. You pieces of white trash lost. I get it. No question about it. We agree, folks. We agree. However, again, I must say that what's really going to happen that is so negative. So I will attempt to reach out to my African American friends and my friends on the left when I say this. The Ku Klux Klan is not coming to get you. I would have a very difficult time being convinced that thus far, since the election, since Mr. Trump prevailed and is now president-elect, that anyone is burning crosses in your yard. That is not forthcoming. Last night I reported in what I would consider an all-out rant that all over this nation, college professors allowed students to miss class, go into safe spaces, bringing them hot chocolate, trauma dogs, and crayons. I will again renew my opinion that that was disgraceful for several reasons. I will start with this one. College professors, teachers at these universities, what do you say to the students who wanted to attend class, who wanted to take exams, who supported Mr. Trump, who were not traumatized? Did they get the education and the classes they paid you for? Obviously, they did not. Again, that entire display was disgraceful. What you are teaching the youth of the United States is disgraceful. And it is my hope that President Trump move to try to advise universities to hire some conservative professors. So therefore, the students get both sides of the issues. And it is not chock full of far left liberal zealots, which it appears to be now. My daughter is in high school and will eventually go off to college, where she will undoubtedly, if it remains this way, be not only educated, but they will attempt to indoctrinate my daughter to their far left liberal ideology. It is again my hope that we parents write letters to these universities, to the deans of these universities, and advise them of our outrage. Ask them for money back, because the parents of the students who weren't traumatized, who supported our president-elect, did not get what they paid for. The students did not get the classes that they paid for. I'll take a moment to say, please comment. Click your like button. I like seeing the little likes going across the screen. That is if you agree. And I appreciate it. Folks, I will again make this attempt to unite us, to unite our fellow citizens, our fellow Americans, our brothers and sisters. Folks, that's exactly what we are. Can you imagine what we would accomplish if we all agreed? I like debate. I like voices being heard on both sides. But I would at least like us to unite on American principles. To there again be one nation under God, as it was intended, as the founding mothers and fathers intended. These protests are disgraceful. The only thing I see is a bunch of crybabies, entitled crybabies, who were given everything, can live in this nation, and now want to complain about our fair election process. Again, Mr. Trump, as was President Obama, was elected to the office of President of the United States. And I want to remind everyone, again, 2008, 2012, when then Senator Obama and then eventually President Obama, who was reelected in 2012, there was a large faction of the white community who lost their minds. They did. They thought the Black Panthers were coming to get them. They thought the African Americans had taken over the country and we should all be afraid. Again, 8 years later, here I sit. It was never race with regard to the president, although he injected race in many of his ideologies and many of his initiatives, no question about it. However, he didn't do anything any different than a far-left liberal white president, such as Jimmy Carter, attempted to do, which was redistribution of wealth, which is exactly what the Affordable Care Act, Obamacare, is, okay? Is take money from rich people, give it to poor people who don't have health insurance. That's an abuse of the office of President of the United States, which will be repealed and replaced by our eventual President, Donald J. Trump. Folks, again, I ask you, go on Facebook. Try to friend our fellow Americans on the left. Time for gloating is over now, and it's time to unite. And again, many people have said to me, well, what do you think would have happened if they would have won? No doubt. You're right. They would have thrown it in our face. We'd have never been able to escape that. Every day I'd have had to read on Facebook and see a Hillary Clinton won the election. We're number one. You suck. No question about it. But it's time to be friends now, folks. It's time for people to stop unfriending dear friends from Facebook because of how they vote, because of their ideology, and try to get on the same page here. At the end of the day, when the chips fall on the table, there will be no petition, successful petition, to reverse the Electoral College votes on December the 12th. I cannot even consider that the Secretary would even accept such a thing. Donald Trump will be sworn in as president on the 20th of January 2017, and that's that. Believe me, it's going to happen. And it is my hope that he does what he says, that he delivers what he promised, which are the core values of everyone. And that is creating jobs, fixing the economy, giving our fellow citizens health care plans that fit their needs instead of health care that is spinning out of reach, to secure the southern border, to put America first, to fix the inner cities. As Mr. Trump asked the African American community, what the hell do you have to lose? And he's absolutely right. To stop the flow of Syrian refugees into the United States that it is impossible to vet, among many other things that Mr. Trump promised us. To stop allowing our manufacturing to leave the United States for Mexico. To stop China from influencing their currency. To make America great again. However, in order for Mr. Trump, President Trump, to make America great again, we need all Americans of all races and all backgrounds, all religious beliefs, to unite behind our president. And it is my hope that in my tiny little corner of the world, with my tiny little voice, being only one man, that you, my viewers, help me by clicking like a bunch of times while you're watching, to share my posts, for the African Americans to reach into the African American community using your voice to advise African Americans that we're not going to hurt anyone, and for white people to understand that black people are not going to hurt us either. It would be a beautiful life if everyone got along and everyone was united, as it was in the beginning, in the hopes that it always shall be. Again, I always appreciate you tuning in to my show. And in closing, I want to, on behalf of my family, thank the men and women in uniform who have sacrificed and died on foreign battlefields so that we can be free. Thank you to all the men and women who have fought bravely for our country so I can do the Joe Rossano show, again, without military intervention, so there is a peaceful transition of power. Again, I call on my Republican friends to reach out with an olive branch to our brothers and sisters on the Democratic side, and vice versa, again, so that we may unite and we can accomplish the American dream for all people. African Americans, Mexican Americans, Muslim Americans, whites. I want everyone to be prosperous. Ladies, let me tell you this. There is no respectable gentleman out there who feels that it is permissible to touch you. And shame on them if they do. And I call upon you to take action if they do. If any man tries to touch you in a manner that is undesirable, report it, pepper spray him. That's what I tell my daughter. And I don't have to tell my wife that because I have a sneaky suspicion she would. So again, I hope that when you see a veteran, when you see a soldier today, to remember they are the only reason we are free. So I do hope you take a moment to thank them, as I certainly will. And on behalf of all members of the Joe Rossano Show, all members of my family, to the brave men and women in our military, from the depths of my soul, from the deepest part of my heart, thank you so very much for fighting for our freedom. May God bless you and keep you safe. And again, thank you so very much. It is again my hope that we can unite as a nation, both the left and the right can unite once again. So again, we can accomplish greatness and make America great again. Folks, it's time to stop gloating. It's time to stop crying. It's time to put away the hot chocolate, to put away the trauma dogs. Let them go run free and play. Put away the crayons. And it is time for you, professors, to get back in the classroom that you're paid to do. What you have done on these college campuses is disgraceful. And I'm going to report it if it continues. Because again, there are students who want their education that they paid for, and you robbed them of that. Shame on all of you. Once again, for our producers, Carol Brown, Tom Davis, I'm Joe Rossano. God bless you, and may God bless our brave soldiers, and may God bless what I hope is again someday the United States of America. Thank you, and we'll see you next time.
I'm a mover and a shaker and a